Our service men and women around America and Alabama got to hang out with a servicewoman, Shakira Wade, an alum of the program who came to shoot around ahead of the matchup a few days ago in Huntsville against Alabama A&M. And Coach Curry was telling us it was so cool to hear Shaq Wade talk with this current team and to hear what she's up to nowadays in the Air Force.
Doing so many great things, and not only doing that in the Air Force, but also staying involved in the game.
Yeah, playing on the Armed Forces team with the Air Force, and I'm sure absolutely crushing it as she did many times in an Alabama uniform. It's been great to see the Armed Forces honored throughout this game here in venue. And now Alabama trying to finish off the day with a good, strong fourth quarter, and that's a great start from Carly Weathers.
Alabama always really good in the ATOs, after timeouts, dialing up something. Carly Weathers doing a really good job there, finding the crease.
Quietly, Weathers has collected 12 points today as Wagner is fouled. Alabama getting really good offensive balance. We've got 4 players in double figures, Nye with 18, Green has 17, and Weathers and Barker both with 12.
The balance is going to be important for this team. It's not just also the offensive output, but defensively, being able to switch, rebound from multiple positions, and then when you do get the rebound, multiple players to be able to dribble it out in transition really makes this team strong.
See a foul there as Wagner took it to the rack. Earlier, a foul called on Green, that one on Nye. And Shalana Wagner will go to the free throw line. As we've talked about, a senior out of Detroit, Michigan, one of 3 returners on this roster, and it's been interesting for Troy. They've traveled around a lot to start the year. They've got a trip to Alaska coming up very soon. And Coach Rigby was telling us that, oddly, some of the travel issues they've had have actually helped the team grow closer to start the year.
You know, sometimes it can be that way. When you have no choice but to be around each other, you end up figuring it out, and you gel. Shalana Wagner having the experience with this team is going to be very important. Not necessarily hitting the shots that she will normally make, but you can still see the attitude and the swagger that she has when she plays.
Here's Green, and she'll get fouled. She'll head to the line. But to your point, Richard, this is a Troy team with a lot of personalities who've come from different places all across America, and they've had to come together quickly, took an off-season trip out to Costa Rica, and now really traversing across America with this non-conference slate.
Right, and people from all different places, and not just only in America, but when you have that time to be able to come together, it's going to be important. They're starting the season off on a long road trip. Very difficult to do that, but it's also an opportunity is what you have to view it as, to bond, to learn quickly, and get ready for how things will be in conference play.
See the upcoming schedule at Chattanooga, at LSU, and then the trip up to Alaska. Coach Rigby said they're hoping to see the Northern Lights if they can. Thought about hanging out with some sled dogs, but decided against that, and maybe something else to do up in Alaska, maybe some whale watching, who knows?
I think I agree with her. I think that's a good choice. I think I'll pass on the sled dogs too.
I don't know if you could fit in the sled, Richard.
I'm not getting in it, so I don't have to worry about it.
ncaaw had it swiped.
Numbers.
Look at Weathers. Out to Nye, left side 3. That was short, but there's a rebound from Leah Brooks, or I beg your pardon, Essence Cody, and she'll head to the line.
It's amazing. 4-on-2 break. This is where we are in basketball. 4-on-2 break, we elect to shoot the open 3-pointer. No one in the paint.
Essence Cody at the free throw line, shooting 2.
And you know, I have to say, when the ball finds Aaliyah Nye, that's a good option. Carly Weathers comes up with the loose ball. Alabama with the numbers, 4-on-2, no one there. Misses the shot. But it's amazing for many people who watch the game. They wonder, why are so many threes being shot? And those are opportunities. In a day of old, that was an automatic conversion to try to run for the layup. You know, you play the game inside out, but it shows the progression of the game and how people play.
There's Jackson from the corner, no. Cody made both free throws, and now she gets a takeaway. How about the fourth quarter start for Essence Cody? Look at Zay Green all the way to the rack. Zay Green is having quite a game.
Zay Green, the end-to-end play, phenomenal.
20 points for Green, Alabama's largest lead of the game. Wagner, beautiful take.
Good job by Wagner getting to her strong hand. If you're Leah Nye, you have to understand the personnel, try to influence her back into the help, into their weak hand with the left. She's hit a couple of runners off the glass, such.
Green goes in again, now Lester, and she walked. Similar situation to the opportunity to shoot from deep that she had earlier, Richard.
That's the one you have to shoot. If you're Lester, you have to be waited, spotting up in the corner. You know when they go on the baseline drive, you drift to the corner, and when you catch that, be ready to knock it down. The corner three is the shortest three on the court. And a lot of times you have a much higher percentage of knocking that one down.
Another take from Wagner, that time too strong, and there's Nye. Look at Nye working on Dyer. Not there. Cody's putback is no good, but she's fouled, and once again, Essence Cody will head to the free throw line.
Good hustle by Essence Cody, getting back into the transition, trailing the break. Good things happen when you hustle. Continuing to get back into the activity, the ball bounces your way, gets fouled to the free throw line. Leah Nye pushing in transition. Essence Cody, Johnny on the spot. Rebound and an opportunity to go to the line.
You talked about it earlier. This is an Alabama team ranked for the first time this century as Dyer checks out because she has fouled out. Essence Cody is how important to Alabama's success as this year goes on.
She's the key. And it's not just to put it totally on Essence Cody. It's the five position. If they can do it by committee or if you can do it by one player, this is the position that they can have a consistent performance and in many ways a dominant performance. Now you're talking about a team that has all of the elements to be a team that can really be reckoned with in the SEC. Obviously, you're coming off of last season with the double bye. You finished 4th seed, but you can make a deeper run in the SEC tournament, a deeper run in the NCAA tournament. Because as teams get better, the interior play is what all of the really good teams have in common. And if Alabama can shore up that position, now they have something to really work with.
There's another three from Ashley Bayo. She's 4 for 4 from deep in this game, and Troy is back within 18. But the Weathers into the paint, couldn't find room. Now Green, left side three, double clutched, and it's no good. Rebound by Baez.
Got to shoot it in rhythm. As soon as it catch your hand, have the confidence to know you let it fly, and just be decisive about what you're going to do.
And that's off of Baez. Looked like Collins lunged for it and missed, and that worked out for the Tide.
Disrupted the vision of Baez just for a split second.
Also in for the Trojans.
Morris back on for the Trojans. Here comes A. Green all the way. She has done that from the jump.
It's the
here
patent
today.
and move. It's patent and move. The one thing I would love to see in the progression of her game as you move forward against much tougher opponents that might make it difficult for her to get downhill is, can you be able to get to that shot in a half-court set against set defenses? You have the advantage of size over the smaller guards, and you're able to get downhill, get shifty, get them on your hip, and then square up for the layups. To continue to work on adding other aspects to your game in the half-court set, mid-range, and confidence in shooting the three ball.
Kyla Morris misses the first free throw. Junior from Bronx, New York, who transferred in from Union, was a NJCAA first-team All-American last season. Makes the second now. 3 of 4 on the year and 3 of 4 in this game. With 6 minutes left here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama has pretty much held Troy at about this margin the entire second half. Look at Weathers, wide open alley to the rim.
Good job recognizing on the flash that Carly Weathers had a slower defender on her. Essence Cody engaged the defense with a nice post up. Weathers had the alley to drive.
And Alabama's lead is 21. Timeout called by Troy. 5:43 left in T-Town.
Hey, fuck, son. Vote. A crowd.
With plaque psoriasis, even the thought of an itchy situation can throw you off your game. Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis.
Car, drum. Yes.
Otezla can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over a decade. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
Baby.
What? Go.
Football.
Yes. Yeah.
With less itchy redness, game night is a great night. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Scan to learn more.
Back here in Tuscaloosa, but keeping our eyes on a big top 10 matchup happening elsewhere. 2:31 left at #1 South Carolina up on #9 NC State, 66-55. The Gamecocks got a real challenge from Michigan in the season opener a few nights ago, and now looking to put the Wolfpack away in the final 2 minutes and change. South Carolina, no surprise, #1 in the country and #1 in the SEC preseason poll. You see Alabama slotted at 6, and as we were talking about right before we went to break, Richard, this is an Alabama team that feels like they can climb way, way higher than 6 in the SEC standings.
Well, they definitely have the ability, and now with the addition of Texas and Oklahoma into the league, that even strengthens the SEC. But Alabama is a team that definitely is going to have to be reckoned with, especially if they can get it going all 5 cylinders.
Glad that you're with us here at Coleman Coliseum. Happy early Veterans Day to everyone tuning in and all our servicemen and women around the world. Gray Robertson and Richard Hendricks, pleased to be here courtside as Alabama looks to wrap up what's been a really strong performance. A 21-point lead now, and another strong take from Nye, and here comes Weathers. Trying to get it to Cody, but it was swiped by Jackson. Now Baez. Jackson, 3 up, short.
Alabama's been able to get a lot of things in transition. At this point in the game, you find yourself up 21. You want to challenge yourself and see what you can execute as well. And it's just been too easy for Zay Green. She eases by her defender, and just a soft touch around the basket.
Gives A. Green 24 points. And how about 14 in the second half on 6 of 8 shooting? That ball is knocked out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Tide.
Imani Jenkins and ncaaw check in for Troy.
Nye, long 3 from straight away, no good.
Tempo has seemed to slow down a little bit for both of these teams in the fourth.
There's Jenkins from deep, that's no good. Guyon gets the tip back. How about again? That one's missed. Jackson down low, and she's fouled by Cody.
Cody reached her hands over the top as opposed to keeping the verticality.
Zay Green has been the story in this ballgame. You see how her career has gone. Started off as a freshman in 2018-19 with Tennessee, was an all-freshman team selection. went to Texas A&M, then Arkansas Pine Bluff, and now with Alabama, and is having the best game of her year so far.
Has had good momentum, particularly coming off the last game at Alabama A&M when she played against her former coach at Arkansas Pine Bluff. Keeps the rhythm going that she had in that scoring game. And another outstanding performance to start off her Crimson Tide career.
She'll check out with the freshman Chloe Spreen entering the game for the first time. After Jackson knocked down a pair of free throws. Here's Spreen. Ten on the shot clock. Spreen has it back. Looking for Azuma. Nice give to Collins, and she's fouled.
Good action there for Alabama. Working the ball around Azuma with another drop-off. Collins not able to find that. Spreen checking in the game. They get into that zoom action and dropped it off in the post to Azuma, and Zuma with the unselfish play to Collins, just not able to make the layup.
We were talking at shoot-around, Richard, and you mentioned this earlier in the game, but Diana Collins is a player that has really impressed you as you've watched this team early.
Well, you know, on every team, it's not just about the offensive output. Obviously, on this team, you have Sarah Ashley Barker, you have Zay Green, Aaliyah Nye, who can score in bunches. But you need a player that's going to come and bring it all together. It's the glue. And what Diana Collins can do is you bring another ball handler in. She picks up full court and plays defensively. She can rebound well for her position. And it's a plus when she has it going offensively. So when you can have a player of that caliber that does a lot of the dirty work, then it definitely makes your team much, much stronger.
Collins did just pick up her. No, they'll change it. It was initially ruled a fourth foul on Collins, but instead it's called on Spreen, and now Baez misses the first. You see what Collins has done, just the difference overall, the transfer from Ohio State, seeing more minutes and taking advantage of those minutes, and now here she comes on the fast break.
And it's deeper in the numbers. It's not just the 9 points a game, it's other things, putting pressure on the defense offensively with your ball handling. It's creating for others and being a defensive stopper and a pest on the other end.
Zuma passed for ncaaw, but a nice jumper by Guyon.
Guyon's hit a couple of those mid-range J's.
Nye looking for Azuma. Collins, why not, from three. That was short, but there's Azuma on the glass.
Once again.
Collins all the way, and that's a more comfortable shot for her. Alabama up 23.
That's her game, the ability to have that quick first step and put the pressure on the defense and get to the rim.
Jenkins, long three on the right side, no, and Weathers has another rebound. That's 6 for her.
Put together a really strong game.
Nye, floater off the side. Baez will get bailed out by the timeout. And Coach Rigby will chat with her team with 2:11 left. Alabama on the way to starting the season 3-0, and this is the first of 3 straight home games. You've got a couple back-to-back in just a few days, and then the Tide hits the road at Louisiana Monroe, and then a tournament down in Destin to wrap up November.
Well, the back-to-back games are really good, and to get that done early in the season, it really helps you moving forward when you talk about tournament play. If Alabama's going to take a surge in the NCAA and in the SEC tournament, you have to be able to win games in back-to-back days. To get that type of experience early on in the season is going to be critical. You have to establish your depth and establish an ability to be able to recover quickly, bounce back, and perform.
And those are 2 more teams who have a lot of transfers as well. So really a trend for Alabama opponents here over the next few days as Christy Curry and her squad try and get everything set ahead of the finish of non-conference play in December, and then SEC play in January. Jenkins left side three with 2 minutes left, and she got it.
Good execution there by Troy. Jenkins coming off that pin down, knocking it down from the wing. Those are little victories that you want to have, even though the game seems out of reach. Those are things that you want to execute as a team. It has to make head coach Shanda Rigby pleased.
How about Essence Cody? Missed the three, but then drove, and Alabama's back up 22.
And that's a good thing to see right there from Essence Cody. She has the physical ability to do just that. She was able to put a player on her shoulder and muscle that one on. So much potential.
Long three missed by Jones, and a foul on the rebound. 1:20 left here in Tuscaloosa. That foul on Cody, her third. ncaaw at the stripe. Came into the day as a game time decision, has been pretty solid. 9 points now and 7 rebounds. She won't reach 10, and there's Cody on the glass. Collins, too easy yet again.
It's a crease. You know, it's a similar game. If you look, you remember, it's kind of like a Tony Parker type game. You're able to break your man down, get all the way to the paint. She has such a quick first step that when she shoots an outside shot, it's a good thing, but at the same time, you can be letting the defense off the hook.
Off balance three by ncaaw, and a foul called on the rebound. And that's on ncaaw.
ncaaw a little too aggressive. The bulk of her rebounds have been on the offensive end. It's a really good knack for that. At that time, a little too aggressive going over the top.
That was foul number 5, so her day is done. 51.8 left here in Tuscaloosa. Talked a lot about Alabama. What have you seen from Troy in this ball game? Again, they were able to hang within 10, 12 for most of the game. This fourth quarter has gotten a little squirrely, but what do you like about this team that has picked second in the Sun Belt?
Well, it's a talented team, but I think more than anything, they're going to have to come together. They're going to have to learn each other. They're going to have to figure out how to play with each other and learn to be for each other in a quick manner. You have 9 newcomers. You have players who come together with different type of experiences and different expectations that they want from the program. But in order to be a good team, you're going to have a single-minded vision of trying to be a champion. Now, I have a lot of confidence in head coach Shanda Rigby and what she's been able to do in her time at Troy, but that's going to be the biggest thing that they're going to have to figure out moving forward.
Well, nice three knocked down by the Trojans as time ticks away. Jenkins has made a few down the stretch, and Lester will head to the free throw line with 24.7 left.
Harris Lester shooting 2.
First free throw no good by Lester. And we were talking about it before the game. Coach Rigby, an impressive coach, and she and Coach Curry, longtime friends. These are two coaches who feel great about the direction that their program has been going in the last few seasons.
Yeah, disappointing loss for them here on the road, but you know, she has a lot of experience of getting the most out of her players. It's going to be a lot of growth they're going to have to do so. She has the experience of doing that, and she'll continue to build with this roster.
And there is an offensive foul with 12.7 left. That'll just about do it. So Alabama can dribble this one out with Leah Brooks tossing it to Collins. And the Tide will indeed start the season 3-0. An impressive display against an in-state foe. The 24th ranked Tide keeps it rolling with a 94-71 victory, and it's Christy Curry's 200th as the Alabama head coach.
Christy Curry, an important 200th win and a big-time performance, has to be pleased with a lot of things she saw from her team, particularly talking about the efforts of Zay Green. Big-time performance over a team that's going to be really good in the end.
And Christy Curry now 13-2 in her Alabama coaching career against in-state foes and non-conference play. Troy drops to 0-3. But as you talked about, Richard, a lot of talent on this Trojans roster. But Alabama too much for the visitors today. 94-71 your final score. Stay tuned. We'll be right back to wrap it up from Coleman.
Being a football player with plaque psoriasis is challenging. The football locker room is always a place where people are going to see your skin and you can't hide it forever. I'm Dallas Goddard, professional tight end, and this is my story. I felt embarrassed by my plaques, and I was covering up on and off the field. For years, I've treated my plaque psoriasis with topicals, but the hardest part for me was applying them every day, applying them to spots that are hard to reach, and it's something that you just have to be so consistent with to see visible changes. So recently, I talked to a new doctor about a medication, Otezla. It's a pill form and works from the inside out. Looking back at it, I probably could have told my doctor my struggles earlier.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Alabama wins by 23 at home, 94-71 over the Troy Trojans to start 3-0 and give Christy Curry the 200th win of her career as the Alabama head coach. And we welcome you courtside here at Coleman Coliseum. Gray Robertson, Richard Hendricks, pleased to be joined by Zay Green. Zay, congratulations on the win. 24 points. You were able to get to the rim with such ease. What were you doing today to make it look so easy?
I honestly was just playing my game, you know, just going out there, going coast to coast. That's really just what I do. And I just want to thank God for, like, putting me in this opportunity. I couldn't thank him enough, honestly.
Zay, you seem to gel really quickly with this new team coming to Alabama. What do you think about the system, and how does it fit your game to allow you to flourish?
I honestly love this system. She lets us push the ball. Whoever gets the rebound, they want us to push it, go downhill, look for the shooters. And we all, you know, play together. We play off each other really well. So it's very easy to, like, maintain the system.
And specifically, how have you meshed with Sarah Ashley Barker and Aaliyah Nye throughout the offseason and early in this campaign?
I think we just, you know, we'll come into practice and, you know, go at it. You know, we had to have some hard days, some good days, and I feel like the practices helped us a lot. And just being close off the court too, hanging out with each other, getting to know each other on a personal level, I think that helped as well. But, I mean, we all want to succeed. We all want to win at the end of the day, and that's the end goal.
Zay, it's your 7th year playing college basketball, but you look like you're having a blast out there. Is that exactly what I'm seeing out there?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I love it. I love the game, definitely.
And Zay, this is also, like Richard said, your 7th year of eligibility in your 4th school. What have you found that made Alabama feel like home?
I would say just Coach Christie. She's a great coach. And then, like I said, the girls, I love them to death. They're so great to play with. And they all just make me feel at home. They make me be who I am, and they accept me for who I am. And that's all I can ask for.
Well, you're an outstanding player. Congratulations on the game.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much.
That's Alabama's Zay Green, 24 points on the night as Alabama defeats Troy 94-71 at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. And that's it for us from here at Coleman. For my partner Richard Hendricks and our entire amazing SEC Network crew, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long as the Tide starts 3-0 with a 94-71 win over Troy. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Veterans Day. We'll see you next time, everybody.